things. Thank you for the gospel. Thank you for Shiloh. Just a blessing to have discernment in this day and age where very few can discern. I have to shut that curtain off. All right. Be able to come in here during, very few people, I believe, know what's going on. Most of the people who are controlling these, what's Jabu calls it, a world stage. This world stage that they're playing out. So it's quite alarming how little it gets talked about, how the corporation America is now just going out and, well, we've already done this. We've done this through 1,000+ military bases. We've been able to take over. People thought Rome was huge. What about 1,000 military bases in all 180 countries? So that is staggering in how many years, the founding of this nation. And the corporation now used to be a constitutional republic. Now it's corporation. The war machine, it's a corporation. It's not a country anymore. 40+% of the U.S. populace works for the government in a capacity of one-way, state-funded, federal, county, contract, one way or another. Pigs, people in government. So he said, don't cast your pearls before swine. I know I've worked for the corporation, been in this capacity myself, and now he said, come out of my people. I expose this on the regular, on the daily, if I can, because he said to carry your cross daily. So I'm thankful for that blessing again, to have had the experience. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? So we'll all reach that point. JW already warned of Doge. I heard he warned of that February. I warned of that in January. Back in January, I was talking about Musk. I already put out videos about Musk on this channel and on the TikTok channel. Everything I do is about this channel has been exposing that he is the king with the pen, like Trump. He is part of this unveiling of this bull, this millimeter Tesla bull. Tesla, notice he called his company Tesla X. So stand on the X, va va va, worldwide web. That phone, dude. I'm gonna find that phone. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna give you one second. So, Doge is the e-god Apollyon, or e-god. Get it? Doge. That's e-god backwards. The millimeter bull, Tesla, the stolen technology from John Trump. I put all this as the work of this ministry. Besides, sharing the gospel, that's what. It's all right here. You've been gone for a minute, but all the work of this channel they put out on the debt calculator. There it is, Mr. Stan on the X, XXX, va va va, World Wide Web. Go from Twitter to X. So this channel put out long before, gave you what stinky muskrat with his boring company and his stinky Starlink satellite, meteorite or satellite. old tech or new tech. See, this is all about a death ray. Well, that's a ball like they can put over the city. A millimeter bowl. Remember, I've been talking about this on this channel. They decided to put all the work. Remember, I am the Alpha and the Omega. Were you here for the Alice symbol, the X, the Jonah sign, the set? You know, I have this tattoo. I have all this marked on my body. Why are all these markers on my body? The Revelation 12 sign. Remember, I'm the only man on this rock to have it. Notice this date right here, 9/23. 9/23. They got everybody distracted. 923 executive orders put out about by the 44th administration. 4 triangles up, 4 triangles down. 1 Nimrod Tower signed by Mr. Barry himself. Barack Obama. Va, va, va. There it is. It's all there. I've put in this work through. Why are they putting all the work of this ministry on the debt calculator? Remember? Do not think I came to bring peace on this earth. I came to bring a sword of division. I'm a graphic designer. I don't do much on this channel anymore, like, you know, content, but very important. Notice how this goes all the way through the whole. Oh, notice who's watching. So it goes all the way through. Oh, like the Mount of Olives. Olives, oh, all this. Follow Yellow Brick Road. Talking about your straw man, your tin man, your straw. Hey, now, wheat, chaff. Separate the wheat from the chaff. Notice where this path leads to. It leads to your millimeter dome, your golden city. Follow the Yellow Brick Road. Did you go to see the Wicked Witch to the east or the west, north or the south? I am the Alpha, I am the Omega, va, 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 stand on the X, all this exposing, Revelation 12, 923 executive orders on, remember, 17. This took 7 years to create. August 21st, October 23rd, 7 Salem, 7 Jerusalems, 11 Ninevehs, 1 Ark, Texas, 1 Rapture, Indiana. Oh, how do I know all this? Because this is the work of this ministry. And why did they decide to put all this on the debt calculator, huh? Little secret. And so they're going to smash silver. Here's the secret. Here's the sleeper. You got your eye on the prize? He said, I come quickly. Revelation 3:11, to let no one take your crown. So there's the crown right there. Let no one take your crown. Are you see what I'm saying? I don't know. They sure are. They're watching. Why are they putting the work of this ministry? Oh, there it is. The divide. Oh, it's on the secret window. Why is this on the U.S. National Debt Calculator? The U.S. Debt Calculator. Oh, I don't know. It's like Pisces. It's like the all-seeing eye. Like the fish, Pisces, Vesica Pisces. There's your bank killer. There's your war machine. Save silver and save lives. That's right. Save silver and save lives. Are you a buffalo farmer? Are you a buffalo herder? These buffalo here, they don't need fed. You better have some rice and beans before you start herding these buffalo. Yep. Was there 5,000 of these? They'll throw their gold and silver in the streets and the tip of a smart missile, cruise missile. They already are throwing their gold and silver in the streets, you idiots. Grow up. We are the war machine. It's the secret window. So, good. It's a blessing to see all the work of the ministry on the U.S. debt calculator, everything I've been doing, especially the Revelation 12 sign, which is the edification for me. So I need to remind myself of that daily here. I've been getting in a little bit of a slump here because I recently stumbled into the fact that I haven't talked to my son in now almost a year since they came and swatted the house. And he might just not want to talk to me, you know, and I'm cool with that. So it just never crossed my mind, you know. So it is what it is. Life ain't Burger King. You can't have it your way. Jimmy Crack Corn. I just want to get out of the United States. I hate America so much. I hate this country. It's an apostate nation, and I've always heard that my whole life. And I'm a veteran. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm a veteran. I defended your right to free speech. Congress gave you. It's a God-given, natural, organic. But that's the only right I have left. They stripped me of my second using Trump's red flag gun law, which I warned you on this channel. Mr. Cheeto Badman Orange, paint his face orange. If he had any balls, bull balls, he would paint his face white like a Joker, because that's all he is with his two-face, two-clown deck of cards, stacked deck, a 58-story tower, 66 penthouse. I'm on this dude like white on rice, like chlorinated, like hydroxychloroquine, you know, fish tank cleaner, like malaria they used to. I'm so on this guy. I've been exposing him. I don't know of another man on this rock, you know, that has been so devoted to exposing that Chump has his house decorated with Satan, and nobody gives a shizer. Nope. Nobody does. Not even Apollyon is the sun god, the bringer of the disease and the cure of the disease. He lived in a 58-story Manhattan tower. I mean, Babylonian tower. My bad. I got that a little mixed up. Same amount of stories. Trump Tower, Tower 1, Tower 2, Building 7, 3 steel buildings with 2 airplanes. There's your man responsible for 9/11. President 4 plus 5 is 9 and 4 plus 7 is 11. If you skip Joe, you're an idiot if you can't do the math. Tell me 2 plus 2 equals 5, Common Core. Get the fuck out the door. Yeah, exit stage left or stage right. I don't want to hear your squat, guano, bat, dung, dude. Corona? Oh, I thought it came out of a laboratory. Oh, I mean out of a market. What a bunch of ring around the rosy. They had to do that to make the worldwide scamdemic so that they can make this, that when your enemies surround you, it's scriptural. It's scriptural. It's scriptural. It's all going by the script. They have to make every jot and every tittle come to pass for that 7th shofar. Remember the ram's horn? David declared him the Lamb of God, correct? Father is the ram. Aries, fire, baby. Woo! Yeah, don't you remember what I've been teaching you on this channel? Celestial wonders above your, in the firmament. That's what's not most important. Are you taking up your cross? But remember, Apollyon didn't hang on a cross. That's baby Sex Pistol Jesus, cracker Jesus. You know, there are many Christ. He warned of many. Most people worship the other Jesus. And I rebuke all these idiots who don't define anything in the text, don't study out of a Texas interlinear Texas receptus. There's accepted text and there's rejected text, but they don't know anything about the canonization, so I rebuke them. That's okay. I rebuke them with light. I put the light on them. Love thy neighbor like thy love thy enemy. Most important, self-idolatry. That is the word latria. Speak any Greek? Oligas? Probably none. Like priest eat meat on Sunday. It's an inside joke. What kind of meat do priests eat on Sunday? None. Get it? All right, moving on. They don't speak a lick. All right, moving, yeah. I don't give a lick, jack diddly squat. I study the Texas receptus. I study the Greek. You speak any busos? You have any knowledge in Greek? You don't need to speak Greek. Are you taking up your cross? And he didn't carry a cross. Religious Christian, Catholic, Catholicism, Mormonism, all these isms, insanity, Christianity. He wasn't a Christian. I rebuke these idiots, religious, vain idiots. Many are called, but few are chosen. Thank you, Father, for the blessing of the ministry. So a refiner's fire is what it is, like silver and gold, you know. Save silver and save lives. Take a piece of silver out of the war machine's hand. I know I served this military industrial American. Roger Waters called it the war machine industrial complex. Woo! Shadow ban this channel. It don't matter. It's going in to the ether, baby. Can't take it back. That's right. What'd you do during World War III? Just sit on your 4th point of contact and not do a damn. I went to the dam to get some damn water, but the damn man told me to keep his own damn water. Oh, I went to the dam to get some damn water, but the damn man said, oh, there wasn't any damn water. So I told the damn man to keep his own damn water. The damn man. You know the damn man? He works at the dam. All right. Let me get a sip of coffee here. Thank you, Father, for the blessing. This is World War III, you idiot American cants. You don't even know war is the machine. Remember, I'm a veteran. I know war. I'm a military police. 9 field missions. It's 9. 9 of them. Mud puppy. Mike Papa, you know what that is? Honorable discharge. Does that mean on your DD-214 you stop serving the people, even if you hate the country? Nope. You serve the people, not the country. I don't pledge allegiance to a flag. I pledge allegiance to my father. My dad, somewhere laying in the dirt, burnt, dead, gone. In the ocean, actually. Probably got caught by some fisherman. I don't want to think about that. Well, that's a way back, going on the way back machine. Welcome to Machine. This is the war machine. America can't. They don't even know. Not have been a single war ever in this divided corporation of America that's ever been started with a single ordinance falling on anybody or lobbed at anybody. It all starts with tariffs. Remember, 4 + 5 is 9, 4 + 7 is 11, 9/11, President 9/11, he sanctioned China during his first administration. Remember selection? They selected him. Hillary was going to be the pretendant. Remember, he was going to put her in prison. And then she was at his inaugural dinner. Oh, wow. Lock him up. How much money did he make on that? I want to check back on that. How about that? How much money did he make on Hillary for prison? T-shirts busting. You know what swag is? And I'm not talking about Crondo or anything like that. Like, I'm talking about like keychains, buttons, banners, websites, T-shirts, hundreds of millions of dollars funneled into Hillary for prison. So, yep. And then he praised her. And praised the Clintons, praised them all, loves them. They're all in bed together. He's the one who paid for the Diddy bed. It's a big bed. You made your bed, so sleep in it. Everybody in Hollywood's sleeping together, right? Yep. EpiPen Island, boys. Mr. Chump and Mr. Joe. Biden, boy. Donald Joe Biden. Yeah, well, that's the last one, Jeff, of the 7. Remember, there were 7 countries in the Middle East. They said they were going to take over. Iran as the last one. So, what an idiot. This man is a puppet on a string being led by Father because he created all things. So there's nothing that is happening by chance. Fear not, be anxious not. Nope. Self-will and agape love. That's it. There's no other thing. Everything else is, you're a liar and a demon. I don't want to hear it. Get out of here by definition. I don't hang out with demons. I don't sup with vipers, and I don't cast my pearls in the mud before swine. So you can take your no knowledge somewhere else. I reject the idiocracy. How could the president who, is selected by the corporation because he's campaign funded by the Fortune 500 companies, what do you think? Yeah, see, that's the problem with this corporation idiots. They're civilians, and I'm not a civilian. Fuck America. Oops, that's all I got left is my First Amendment. They stripped me of my Second, Fourth, violated my right of Miranda. They violated my Sixth Amendment, 14th Amendment. I've been violated, my face shot. I've been hit in the face with a grenade. Tear gas, 5 tear gas. My house just destroyed. As well as the ministry too. So it's not just me, but hey, whatever. Father created all things. See, how can I be upset at anybody? I'm not. I have no ill will towards no man. Nope. Commit. So that's what I'm doing. Just enjoying the World War III, watching it all go down in history. Hold on one second. I got puppies coming through here, and they got tails. Puppies got tails. So I thought I'd just do a blog and document the fall of, society. Who cares about the stock market? It's all a freaking poker game. It's all rigged. It's all like they're going to take your money and go gamble with it in the stock market. See, that's about what's about ready to change. You guys are just too ignorant to figure it out that, is this a crash or is it's a correction? This market is overbought more right now than it was even in 1929. So everybody's freaking the flip out. And this is, it's like people who hold silver and gold, probably just recently got into the market or losing their minds, but they don't, like I said, there's such a disconnect to physical silver than there is to paper or gold or, like, remember when Joe Trump,
don't look like it went down.
What's that?
Don't look like it went down. It looked like the same way.
Oh, let me see. Can I show that? Does this? I don't know. It says silver was this high. He said it didn't look like it went down. See, it still looks like it's still there. Oh, physical. Oh, look at that. Some shiny. You're Smeagol there with your I've never seen Lord of the Rings. But yeah. So it's just shiny dirt. But anyways, it is money, and that's the system. They're getting ready to. What about this audit of Fort Knox? How come we got all quiet on that? Well, they still got to get all this gold and silver in there. People are so stupid. Silver has been up for so long, they wouldn't even know what a correction is. A correction and a crash are two different things. When a market is overbought as it is now, this is just a correction. Like I said, it's a big crapshoot. It's a big roulette game. It's a big casino is what it is. It's a house of cards. If you're not in a physical asset, and that's where they're moving the whole system, this whole crypto switch is about digitally tracking and tracing and credit scoring you. That has nothing to do with money. They'll give a universal basic income to those who want to go to their new system. But people who don't want a part of their new system will be their own system. They'll become their own central bank. They'll be buffalo farmers. Well, how did you make it through World War III? Well, I became a buffalo herder. Well, how did you feed them? Oh, they're real quiet. They just stood to themselves there. They just one on top of the other, like conformed to each other's image. They didn't bark or bite or even moo once, and they're bison, so they don't. Buffalo, get it? All right, they don't moo. Cow, just kidding. Bell ball bull. Yeah, like Bell, you should be a buffalo farmer. You should get a herd of buffaloes. Is that 4.9s? Did you get any 4.9s? Look for those when you're out there. Always look for. That's another thing. You should be always going through that little tray. And if there's ever 4.9s, you should pull those out. That's another thing you should have always been looking for. They make 4.9s buffaloes, guys. There are some mints that make 4.9s. Look how shiny that one is. So, I'm not much. I've had all my precious metals multiple times being taken from me. So, that's my own fault, though, because I told somebody where they were at. If I never would have told anybody, I'd still have all of it. So don't tell anybody where your metal's at. I don't care. That's your retirement. Seriously, I bailed my son out of jail with gold, and either Marshall, Ratanich, John Finn, I don't know what the hell this guy is, has the 40 pounds of silver and the gold, or my daughter has it. So either way, I don't care. That's, last time it was my brother, my younger brother, took 25 pounds, actually 20, because 5 of it was Elijah's silver. So, but anyways, don't tell anybody where your metal's at, please. Just keep it to yourself. You got to have something for you. And I'm not trying to get you to be selfish, but because I am a service to other being. I joined the military at 17. Can't tell me to stop serving other people. I hate this country and I still serve it. Well, I don't serve the country. I serve the people within the country that have their head out of their fourth point of contact. Arse, 2 cheeks to the same hole. Get it? 2 wings to the same dragon, 2 cheeks to the same hole. All right, Democrat, Republican. See, people aren't paying attention. So this is what they're, silver funds the war machine. And so that's why I always say, save silver and save lives. Take it out of the hands of this war machine. I'm not talking about becoming rich or anything like that. I've already done that. I try to point out, how many of these are in the tip of a smart missile, a cruise missile, what it takes. And when they blow this up on somebody's head, they'll throw their gold and silver in the streets.
Here, this one's got some character. Orange.
Here's an old. This is the most widely recognized silver ounce on this rock, and this is called a silver eagle. And the silver eagle is got a higher premium, and the reason why we'll talk just quietly about that. You'll go to jail if you make a copy of this and it's fake. You copy this, you go to prison. See the difference? Why this has a higher premium? You ever heard that? See why it has a higher premium?
It's pretty high.
You copy this, you go to prison. You copy this, you go to jail. Federal prison. You might go county, you might go some, but you copy this. This is actually comes from a U.S. mint. This is the U.S. Silver Eagle. They now have the broken chicken wing eagle that I don't like, but that's the newest version of this. I think it's back in 2022 it changed. But this is still running a premium right now. This has what on it? This is called patina, silver patinas. This color it gets is patina. It's like an oxidation. It's done with a lot of people say don't touch your silver. Whatever, man. Silver's money, so don't worry about it. You touch money. I don't collect it for collectible, but anyways, this is the walking liberty. Okay, there's been the standing liberty, but notice this coin, it's a flip like this too. Look at this reverse. It doesn't go. See. Huh?
These are different ones.
What? Careful, this coin's tricky. It is. What? Huh?
No.
Did you see that? It's a reverse coin, so it does that. I don't know if anybody caught that. Visually, two wings to the same dragon. All right, anyways, but this is the most widely recognized silver ounce on this four corners of this rock. You can take this, either coin. Unique thing about this coin too, it has a very unique tone. Silver has its own. It's called a ping test. Notice the sound of that one. There's something about a silver eagle that sounds nothing like an eagle either. Because this is 90% silver. There's still 1 full ounce in this. This is a silver buffalo. It's got the Indian head on the front of it. And notice that one isn't reversed like that. Okay, so the silver buffalo can be taken just anywhere on this rock, and I don't care how collectible it is. Do you have an eagle that's not patina? Look at that. That's traveled in some pockets. Seen some, but they put 10% other metals into this coin to keep it so that it wears in your pocket. So when this coin rubs against this coin like this, people wonder why the US coin is not, this is 3 nines fine, right? This is 90%. It still has 1 full ounce of silver, the same amount of silver as this. It's just 90%. So it wears in your pocket. That's why they do that with the gold as well, to harden, because this used to be in your carry-on. Why you want to carry around that clinky gold or silver? Let us give you an IOU, and you can come pick it up at the. Remember, that was called a silver or gold certificate. That's done, dead and gone. That disappeared in 1971. But my point I want to make with this is this silver eagle right here is the most widely recognized single ounce on this rock that we walk. Okay, all here together, whether you like each other or not. We all got to be here. So I don't care if you take this silver eagle or this silver buffalo, they'll have the same value in most other countries in the situation that I'm saying. You can take this coin, which is just a bullion coin, and you could take this coin, and I got to teach something with this before I give this back to you. And they'll give you the same value. They're not going to give you more for it. But so my point is in a lot of places they call silver money. Like the Chinese, they call gold the yellow metal and silver the white metal. That's what they are. They call it money. Silver is money. Paper is currency. There's been 4,800 currencies. The Chinese were the first to ever try it. Now it's backed by nothing, hope and a dream, right? Faith, right? Faith. Yeah, right. Faith is in the Father in Shiloh, not in money. But anyways, it's like there's the difference between, destiny and fate. So anyways, this gold, right, buffalo would be the same value at the time of Christ. This isn't a gold buffalo, but the gold buffalo and the silver buffalo, as far as ratio, see, that's what people don't pay attention to either. That's why I'm trying to make you understand is there's a ratio, and even between these two, they're pretty much on a street value considered the same. And they'll give you their paper currency. Currency is a debt note. There's gold and silver, and everything else is credit. It is in one way or another, or an IOU. I don't care. It's still credit. I owe you credit. I gave you credit. I gave you a front. Did we ever give you a front? Like, hey, I'll help you out. Like a loaner. Hello, are you a loaner? Yeah. You know how tiny the silver market is? Let's take and see if anybody you can guess. If you divided all the surface silver on this rock be above the population, how many ounces of silver can each person possess? If we socialism, like Donald Trump, the biggest socialist ever, we're going to take from the U.S. public $2.2 trillion, slice the greatest jab, overall 4 years, $8.8 trillion, number one spending president, and we're going to give it to distribute the wealth. That's called socialism. So if we were socialism, like Donald Trump, yeah, he's a socialist. Yeah, you're worried about Bernie Sanders. That's funny. Isn't that hilarious? You thought Hillary Clinton. But anyway, so look, if you took and divided all the surface silver that's on the surface, you can't count what's in the ground. That costs money to take out, and that just doesn't happen. It takes us a long process to get the silver. You don't find pieces of silver and it's in rock. It's inside of rock, like a little flecks of granite, and then you have to separate it and then bring it back together. That is the smelting process. Or anyways, moving on. There's a whole future in this front of you. You might want to get ahead of how to be able to divide this stuff up, talents and weights and measurements. Anyways, moving on. Somebody answer me. Let's see. We're shadow banned, so we don't get much. That's probably because I don't do much live chat either. So they can shadow ban it that way. If I talk more to the chat, then I would respond. So how many ounces can each person have per person? If you divided it, socialism, you divide all the surface silver and you divide it amongst the populace on all 180 countries. How much can each person possess if you divided it out? Then I want to move on to this next thing, and then we'll start talking about, well, this is how war works too. Welcome to Machine. So, thanks for your guess, Jeff. No problem. There's if you don't get the answer right, it's okay. I'm just hoping to, spark the algorithm a little bit here, see if we can get some of you guys to speak up. So, where'd you see that at? Jose, Big Booty Sanders. Uh-oh. What do you got? Like, you driving what kind of hoop do you got? Something like you got a cataract? How many? Remember they used to say, how big is that trunk? Remember you used to measure those big cars, like, well, how many dead bodies could you fit in here? The dead body measurement. Hey, we're talking about weights and talents, guys. I thought it was appropriate for the conversation. Oh man, that's good. How many days you could fit in the Cadillac? I don't know, about 45 or something. Whoa! Remember some of those Cadillac? So, anybody else got an answer? And then can I get one more answer from you guys? Come on. How many pieces of silver? If you divide all the silver, I don't care who has it. If you take it all and strip it all out, I don't get. I don't got a hoop, just a CIB and worthless metals. Yeah, worthless metals, huh? Hamas naturally contain trace amounts of silver. Humans, okay, thank you. I said Hamas. This body was a micrograms which is exceeded only a small percentage retained. Thank you. Yeah, silver has been used as an antimicrobial, antibacterial. I'm not talking about this for worthless. I hope this person's not talking about this being worthless. They'll show their idiocracy. Silver is used more than gold. It's the most reflective, most conductive metal. Again, its purpose is not, for the most of the metal is used in an industrial purpose, and anybody who tries to speak anything against metal being worthless is an idiot. It's never gone to zero in the last 8,000 years. Nope, not gold or silver, but there's been 4,800 currencies, and every one of them, except for the ones that are currently in circulation, have gone to zero. So it's worthless. When you're sitting next to war metals too. Okay, yeah, those are that brings with you some experience. So I wouldn't say it's worthless. And it's a weight. It's like a double-edged sword you walk down. I know I'm a vet. So good and bad, right? Split you right down the middle. He's the sword that divides. So let him walk. No, but absolutely no. Understanding, if you're sitting next to a 400-ounce gold bar and you got nothing to eat, that will be absolutely worthless too. Okay, in a sense. But just to play on words, we just not sure, I always bounce off the conversation. So anyways, thank you, Brother Ross. We have used this metal. Remember, it was the Silk Road, all this remember how we got all this metal from China, okay? And like I said, you can't eat this, you can't eat bullets, you can't eat Band-Aids, you can't eat something, but so food first, water is really important, if you're going to strategically try to be prepared, as a veteran, anybody who's a veteran knows it's, failing to prepare is, right? You want to see a failure, preparing to fail is preparing to fail. You want to fail? Don't prepare. Preparing to fail is preparing to fail. Yep. Failing to prepare is failing to prepare. See, I keep telling you, no matter what, it doesn't matter how you say it. You can say it the way it's said, or you can keep saying it over and over. If you do not prepare, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. And no matter how many times you look at it, no matter which way you say it, it's better to have and not need than need not have. So in this case, I would look into what is going on around you and go, man, do I want to sit there? And I'm not giving any advice in some paper 01 or something that doesn't do anything for me. Maybe you're sitting on a big chunk of a Bitcoin or something like that. That's probably the time maybe to get a little chunk of land, buy some boar goats, buy some chickens, buy some ducks, get yourself off the system and become your own system. I guess that's, more than anything. But it does need metal, even in my little, cheap, little bits of it. So the answer to this question that I'd asked earlier is, if you put all the metal and you divided it like the socialist Donald Trump and gave it to everybody, right? The redistribution of wealth. What's the difference between socialism and communism? Just a matter of time. One always leads to the other. Hallelujah. Anyways, that's where we're at now. The haves and the have-nots. That's how this works. Universal basic income, it's coming, brother. It's a whole different kind of socialism, the digital socialism that you ain't never seen. So anyways, there's 8 ounces is the correct answer. Okay, guys, there's 8 ounces per person. If you divide it out, all the precious metals, silvers wise, I'm not talking gold, silver, surface silver, there's 8 ounces per person. So if you have less than 8, you're, this isn't how it's working right now. There are people who have closets full of this stuff, silver, whole closets, whole safes. So how are we doing there, Lion? We're having a little discussion about being at war here. So, yeah, here's a stat. Here's 8 stat. That's what everybody can have. I'm not asking you if you have that much. I'm telling you that's what each person can own on this rock. If you divided all the silver that's on this rock right now, this is the amount of silver that each person can own. I'm not saying they can't. This is how you would divide it. Right here, 8 ounces. 8 ounces divided amongst the populace. 180 countries divided how many people that are currently in the populace. If that's a correct number, there's 8 ounces per person. Silver, peak silver was 2016 too, by the way. So we're coming up on that date, almost 10 years too, from peak silver. Look in the industrial side, you'll see what I'm saying. So 8 ounces. So one last thing real quick. The last time the premiums, guys, I looked this morning, and even though that these metals are down, let's do that right now. Somebody please, while we're out there, go on at APMEX, go on APMEX for me and see what a silver buffalo is going out for right now. If you bought 19 of them, 1 to 19. What's the price on a credit card? All of us use a debit or a credit or Venmo or a pay, or you can save by paying by check or wire through all these companies. If you check or wire, but who the hell does that? People who do large amounts will. What's the current price? Give me, it could be any one of these bullion dealers.
That'll be 20 ounces on a big box.
Nope, it's 8, Russ. It's 8. It's 8. That's 8. I've been studying this for off Google, before Google. Before Google, I've been studying this, so I know where the current, I know where it lies. And it might be a little more because they've done a good job with the Bong Julio. Remember what the TED Talk, what Bill Gates said, if we do a good job with Whack the Nations and virology, we can we could probably silver 29. Okay, but that's not how that works. And that's not how that works. That's not what that is. That's for a paper contract, and there's a premium. And so that's incorrect information, Lion. That's why I want to try to help me out here, Lion. You got access. Can you get on a computer? One of you guys go on there. That's why I want to show you. There's such a disconnect. People have no idea. They don't know their arse. Like that, Christ didn't have to slap a license on the back of that ass, when he rolled in Jerusalem. Let's get down to brass tacks what this really costs. Because when you see like a Kitco or a Comex cost, that's to buy into a paper contract. There's a premium for holding this metal. It always used to be $1. There's
a premium for holding that metal.
Oh, slow down, Turbo. I'm still teaching it. So there's this silver buffalo and this silver eagle. And this used to be only $1 over spot, and this was about $2. That changed after the COVID, guys. So if you're new to the metal market and you don't know anything about that, let's not even try to participate. Let me help you and bring you up to speed here. This premium got up to $25 for a silver eagle, $25 over spot. The silver price was around $25. And the premium was $25. So this was $50 during the COVID. So let's get back to life, back to reality. Back to life. Yeah. So if you go on APMEX, APMEX, that's the largest online bullion dealer on this rock, APMEX Metals. Go into silver. Look at silver. Look up silver rounds, not silver coins, because this is a coin. Because it's minted. There's a difference between a coin and a round. A round is bullion. A coin is minted by like the Perth, the Canadian, any of the mints, the U.S. mint. This is a coin. So do me a favor so we can show you the disconnect. Silver went down to $29. bull snot. That's for the paper contract. One of you, Lion, Ross, go on APMEX, go on SD Bullion, go on JM Bullion, go on one of these bullion dealers. Be quiet. APMEX. Go on APMEX. They're the largest. Let's just go by the most renowned and look up both of them for me if you can. Look up what the price of a 2025 Silver Eagle is when buying 1 to 19. And then you got to count if you're shipping it, you got to buy $200. Now that should cover you.
It's a walking Liberty.
Yeah, right? Here I got somebody here looking for me. Yeah, John APMEX.
Yeah, it's 35.83.
No, it's not. I want you to go look it up. I want you to look it up. That's a totally different coin. You're not even looking up the right coin.
Which coin?
Go into APMEX. Go into APMEX. Go look up APMEX. APMEX.
Silver Eagles.
Now that's for what? Either an Eagle, a 25. Yeah, go to APMEX first. Go into APMEX.
I do.
And see, I think Ross looked up buffalo. He looked up a buffalo. So is that what it is for a buffalo right now, Ross? Is that for a silver buffalo or a round? It doesn't matter if it's a buffalo. I prefer the buffaloes. And watch, they're going to become a premium on this. We're already starting to see it. We're front running some of this stuff. I've been in this game long enough to know this. Okay? Seriously. Only fly your flag upside down.
How much are the buffaloes right now?
He said 35.
Oh.
I want you to click on it, though. Click on the buffalo and go see what it is to buy it on a credit card. I don't want guess, and that's fine. I want the exact. See, this is what people are so far off in the silver market. Remember how tiny the market is? It's a puny market, guys. The silver market is just in the gold market's tiny too. It's got like a $900 billion market cap. 33 and 35. Okay, but yeah, I don't want it. I want the exact price to buy 1 to 19 buffaloes. Price on a credit card. It's not. It's with change too. Now you're on Eagles. Yeah. Okay, so which Eagle are you on though? Which one did that say?
Liberty.
Or yeah, which Eagle or Liberty? Same thing.
Yeah, it's just 34.35.
But
As low as $4.49 per coin over spot.
Please click on the coin. Click on the coin. And then go to where you pay. It's associated with a credit card. That's what I'm saying. You guys aren't. Can I see that real quick? I see your phone.
Just put add to cart.
No. Oh, there we go. Yeah. How much is it for 1 to 19?
Check or wire.
No credit card.
No credit. Crypto or credit or PayPal.
Credit card.
37.86
for this.
Yeah.
So. Okay, but you're not seeing it though. Watchful Lion. You're not getting it either. That is look, it's $37. Okay, and what?
86.
And 86 cents. The silver price is what? So you guys do the difference of that. I got to see. I want you guys are, and that's fine. You're just not familiar enough to understand how this market works. And I'll help you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. $37.86. The price of silver is $29 and what? There's an $8 premium on this coin right now.
With credit, yeah.
There's an $8 premium on this coin. So go in there and look up the buffalo for me, if you could, and see what that buffalo is for same way. Just go look up silver rounds. And then you got to pay that too. Ross, I mean, there's no tax on silver, but do you see the disconnect? So what is the price of silver Kitco is $29.56, I think is what it closed for. See, this metal isn't $29 for an Eagle. It's $8 more to put this in your hands right now. $8 more. If you buy under $200, you're going to have to pay for shipping. That's why I'm just trying to help you and show you the disconnect between most people don't understand this market. So it's an $8 premium on this coin right now, and it's going to go up higher. Okay, I'm not asking for PayPal. I'm asking on a check or a credit card. Is check or credit card or PayPal? Thank you, Lion. I appreciate it. I'm not trying to scold you guys. I show you there's different ways and different prices too, because you can save if you can use other forms like a check or a wire. I suggest if you're a veteran, you sign up with JM Bullion, because JM Bullion will give you the price of buying 500 if you're a veteran. If you sign up with JM Bullion online, and all these ones that only I would recommend, I only recommend about 5. There's lots of them now that are probably credible. Stay away from them, though. Stay away from them. Okay. Well, how are you going backwards now, Lion? So that's on a credit card. That's on a credit card. That should be more. A credit card is always more, not less. What's going on there? Or is that on a check or a wire? So there's difference between paying with a check or a wire is going to be the cheapest way you can pay. They will take crypto. If you have some money in crypto, they will take it, and you can pay through crypto. They'll take credit card, which is debit, any one of these cards, Venmo, that's still a credit card. That's how most of us pay for a check, okay? Most of us don't pay with a check. So you can count that one out, because we don't pay with a check. Lion, right? Do you pay with a check? I don't even have a checking account book. I don't have one check. When you have a checking account, but I don't think I've ever been given checks. I don't use checks. But anyway, so the Silver Buffalo out the door on a credit card, because that's what we all pay with. If you can pay less, that's great. If you can't, with these others, most of us are just going to pay with a credit card. Let's be real. I'm trying to be as real as you can. I'd never pay with anything other than a credit card.
It's going to be about the same.
No, it's not the same. There's a price. There's an exact price that says pay with a check.
30. I can't read it. That's the last one on the right, on top.
How come your phone doesn't?
Because my phone's fucked, dude.
Why don't you have that?
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Okay. On credit card, it's 36. Oh, check credit card. It's 36.30, guys. 36.30. Okay. So 36.30.
What was that?
So there's almost a $7 premium on a Buffalo right now. Thank you. So $8 premium. $8 premium on the Eagle. See why these are such a good deal right now. At this rate, look at the premiums, nothing on, like $1 or $2 over. It's $6-7 for this coin right now. So I don't want to hear this shit. Silver went down to $29. Pound sand. Stop it. You're fooling yourself.
Just see yours ones. Just your Buffalo ones.
So there's almost a $7 premium if you go online. Cost average everything, guys. If you'll buy from dealers online, such as Atmex, they'll give you free shipping for $200 or more. Going with your wife, going with your neighbor or something. That's only like 3 coins, guys. You know what I'm saying? So if you can't do 6 coins right now, find somebody that, you feel like you can say, hey, and not, like I said, shouldn't tell anybody where it's at, but people can know you invest if it's the right person that you might want to go in with, and maybe they can buy 3 and you can buy 3 and you won't have to pay the shipping costs, because you have to cost average everything. Like, I wanted to take Kevin, he got, he went and bought, he wanted to get a stack, so he went and got his 20, whatever. I told you got more than 8. Now you got more than most people. Okay, so anyways, we go to the local coin shop because I wanted to be able to establish a relationship and meet, and we went down there. We looked I showed him the pawn shops and how to shop for this stuff, because there's a different way of shopping. I would only recommend going to a pawn shop that has the machine that they test the coin just like they would at your LCS, your local coin shop. Okay. So, but these online dealers are a great way to go, because you don't have to drive. Because like we were thinking about that the other day. We're talking about, well, we went there to have the experience or whatever. And like I said, he got, I wanted to show him what constitutional, and all mine got taken. So this is a good place to go look at the metals, go look at the pawn shop, get familiar with how this works and find, because I don't recommend eBay. I don't recommend pawn shops. And I bought from both. But I've been buying for decades. You got to understand who you're buying from. I veer away from a pawn shop 100%. I would tell you to buy from your local coin shop because they're going to test every coin, just like Mountain High coin. I don't care what it is. They test all of it. See, that's why there's a cost. People think they just got to take that coin in, right? Well, no, they got to test it too. Think about that. All those dimes, all those quarters, all those, constitution, everything that comes into that shop has got to be tested. That's a process. So people think, oh, how do these people keep their doors open? So I would recommend going to your local coin shop, establishing a relationship, because God forbid you ever have to sell your metals. That's where you're going to get your most amount of money, not from your pawn shop. They have a bigger overhead than the coin shop. Look around in a pawn shop.
They live on the margins.
Right. So exactly. They just live off of just pennies, guys. These people don't give a shit about politics. They don't care about numismatic. They're going to give you what it's worth. That's their business.
They look at spot and they go from work there.
If they make a little bit on it, that's what they do. Coin shops are not going to hose people. How would they stay in business if they hose you? Pawn shops, now, on the other hand, they have a bigger overhead. The other reason I want to get everybody off the pawn shop, do you like people off used car salesmen? You drove up to the lot, pound sand. But pawn shops have been the backbone of these corporation United States for decades now. Before the COVID, people were going into a pawn shop and they give you a loan on something that you can afford to pay off. How are they going to give you near what it costs? How the hell would they keep their lights on? And how the hell would they sell it? And nobody would ever come back to get their shit back, correct? If they gave you near what that thing was worth, oh, they only want to give me this much for it. Motherfucker, they gave you something, a loan you could pay back, asshole. Something you could afford. And yeah, you had to pay a little bit, but you got your shit back and they made some money. Fuck off the pawn shops. People are hard on pawn shops like they are on car salesmen. They kept this country afloat for a long time. I have a mad respect for people who deal with pawn shops because, like he said, they're marginal. A lot of this stuff isn't as much as you think. Now, stuff they bring into the pawn shop, somebody didn't fucking pay for. Get back their money. They're out that money. They got lights, building, the whole cost. That's what I'm saying. So be careful. A pawn shop's got a bigger overhead cost. You might get screwed at a pawn shop. You're not going to get screwed at a local coin shop. They test everything. It's their reputation. These online dealers such as APMEX, SD Bullion, JM Bullion, Money Metals, Monument Metals. Those are the 5 that I told you that I would recommend. Anybody else, do your own research. Those are all reputable dealers. Nobody's ever got a coin off these online dealers. APMEX is the largest and said, hey, man, I got one of these online and it was fake. You're not going to get them online from those 5. Be careful. There's a bunch of them out there. Like, I'm online. I'm like, dude, where are all these bullion companies coming from? Well, they're going to come out of the woodworks, brothers and sisters. When this coin right now, think about this, the ratio right now. Oh, what is the ratio? Was it 103?
102, 103. Yeah.
103, guys. The only time we've ever seen anything close to this was during the COVID. This is very, very COVID essence. It got down when silver got down to $11.85. The premium was like $8, $9. Silver was 19, $20. So it was the same thing as now. Oh my God, silver's down so low. No, it's not. A buffalo is $36, $37. It's the same fucking price. Shut up. A little bit it went down, but not much. The premiums are going to come up. See, the premium shows demand, guys. Premium shows how much demand is in the market. So we just seen the premiums of buffaloes come up a little bit on rounds, and $8 because it was $7. I bought a couple eagles at the coin shop up here at the local, and that's what I paid, $7 over spot on an eagle. And I never thought I would ever pay that, but right now, with how much money that's been printed into circulation, it's cheap. Metal at $37 an ounce for a buffalo is dirt cheap. It's been $50. It was $50 during the COVID. There we go. And I love the mint. I love the Canadian mint. Brother Lion, you have one of the best mints on this rock. They make a 5/9. Shh. They make a 5/9 fine mint coin at the Canadian Mint. Yes, they do. 5/9. Do you realize how pure that is? That is what we should be like when we get the Father. We're 1,000,000 nines fine. Okay, I agree with that. I agree with that because I used to love bars. I used to love bars. I used to love bars. And I was a big bar collector. But coin is now listen, I've shown this too, and look too, Brother Ross, check this out. They're charging a premium on the Buffalo. He went by the we went by the pawn shops to teach him how that works too, because we've got good pawn shops here. They have the machines, they test them, and they've got it. I feel confident for he, like I said, he took some of it a little bit, cashed out, and bought a house. He's looking at the other, putting it and getting out a property, and he's putting his stuff in assets. So, but again, these buffaloes, this local pawn shop is charging an extra premium for buffaloes, and I'm telling you, it's going to happen. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It's not. You want to get in on something? I'm not saying I'm like groundbreaking, but prognosco is the Greek word to have foreknowledge of. I'm not a prophet. Prophecy was nailed to a tree. Okay. There's no such thing as a modern day prophet. That means teacher. And he says, call no man teacher. But they're going to start charging a higher premium on this buffalo. Do you have another one there with an eagle and just a regular old, like an eagle, like a regular bullion round? Just with an eagle and anything. Yeah, I got you. A generic round is trying to copy that U.S. eagle, guys. It's a head and eagle. That is a Rome coin. Always since the beginning of time. It's something a little bit different.
That's a JD bullion.
And that's fine. That's fine. This is perfect. But see, normally, see what I'm saying? This copies an eagle. And normally it'll have like scales on the back. And now we're doing this. Is this Sunshine Mint?
Yeah, I got this one.
Oh, yeah. Because Sunshine, that is their, see, I know their.
No, that's JD bullion there.
Oh, JD.
I don't know what this one is.
Well, yeah. Do you have another? Do you have just a regular one with something that's on the back? Or are they all that one?
No, I not on me.
Okay, but this is the same thing. What I'm saying, guys. See, they're always going to try to. All our coins are like that. Similar to that. Our quarter is head and eagle. Remember the same. Hey, Tago, be quiet. So what I'm trying to show you though is I would personally go with this logo here, the buffalo over the eagle. Costco's okay. Lion. Costco's okay. Yep, Costco's okay. They're okay to buy metal from. They're not going to have any fake metal. There's going to be a lot of fakes coming out very soon too, brothers and sisters. A lot of fakes. And that can be with the buffalo too. So be careful, okay? I'm serious. But I think that this is more recognized. People recognize this. I used to collect variety. But I'm telling you, it'll normally have like Liberty scales. This is a very recognized. They actually cop Sunshine Mint's little logo there with the sun.
That's JD bullion,
Yep, very nice, Lion. That's another good company. What's that?
Isn't that a bullion? JD bullion?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is that 4.9's fine?
I think it's.
Man, I can't. My eyes don't work anymore.
Yeah, I can't see it either. I think it's 3.
3? Yeah, okay, there it is. Yeah, 3. What does it say now? I got it the right way. Is it in the middle? Is that what it says in the middle? Is the mint company? Darn, the eyeballs don't work. Let's see. Let's put it up to the camera. SD Bullion. Okay, yeah. See, SD Bullion. This is cool. SD Bullion. Major company. That's a good round to have. It will be. See, now, by putting their own mint on that too, that's another way for these companies. Never thought about it that way later. See what I'm saying? If they're a big mint like that, to put their logo on that like that. People are going to know who SD Bullion was. Some people, the tiny bit of the market.
Yeah, I didn't like him at first, but I like him. I'm sure I like him.
So my recommendation is I would stick with the buffalo, and what I was saying, and then I'll move on, is that I believe that the silver buffalo will start carrying a premium because it's more recognized in this case, and there are many mints that do the silver buffalo. Okay. It's probably more done than any other coin, and that's okay. Just be careful because it can be. But if you're buying from these reputable dealers, but I'm going to go ahead and make an assumption. And you know what they say when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. But I'm going to assume for a minute that the premium on these are going to go up $1 higher soon across the board, all dealers. It'll be higher for the Buffalo. It'll be higher for the Buffalo than it will the other, which is called a round, for the silver round. This is a round. This is a round. It's not U.S. Mint, Canadian Mint, Perth Mint. All these mints are a coin. This is still bullion or weight, considered weight, just like this. Brother Ross had a really, some people will buy the bar though. Ross, some people will buy the bar though. Just on that, you'll just have to take my word on that, Ross. But some people will buy the bar because they recognize silver as a bar. When they think of metal, they know it is a round, but they also think of silver bars and gold bars.
Yeah, this is considered a bar if they're not.
So does that make sense? But right now, sometimes too, guys, on bars, if you're just buying weight alone, which is bullion, you can get a better premium sometimes. They do have a harder time moving these bars sometimes. So Brother Ross has obviously been in the game for a minute and understands what it is that I'm saying.
Hold on, I gotta get this out.
Start making that noise. So, what does it mean when it says $5 on a silver coin? It costs them $5 to make. No, you, you Lion are looking at the Canadian Mint. That's a $5 coin in your country. That's a $5 coin. Just like in America, the $1 silver eagle, you can spend it at the store. It costs you what? $37 and $38 right now. So that's a $5 coin. We have a $50 Buffalo right now that you could go spend at the store and get $50 for, but it's $3,200 for that Buffalo to buy it on, which would rival. That's why the only reason I like I don't think I'm ever going to own a Buffalo. It's okay. I've always wanted one, but I don't think I ever will. I have silver. Silver Buffalo is my favorite round. So, and I've always liked the gold Buffalo because I like its high relief. But either way, the reason why I like the Buffalo, and it isn't just for this, it is multi-reason why that I like the Buffalo. It is 24 karat gold. 22 karat would be 3/9 fine. 3/9 fine is 22 karat. 4/9 fine is 24 karat. So what is 5/9 fine? The Canadian Mint does a 5/9 fine coin, Lion. What the hell is 5/9 fine? That's more than 24 karat. Woo! What is that? They do a 5/9 fine coin. Yep. I think some of the other mints might do it. Maybe not. I don't know. I haven't even looked into it. So I had a lot of their 4/9s, but I like the idea too. Chase the 4/9 fine coins in these trays. If you see these Buffaloes and they're 4/9 fine, pick them up every time. Don't pass them up. That's more metal in the same space. It's just more refined. Hey, be nice. Don't be fighting here next to me. Stop being a nanny. She's a nanny puppy. She's always got to correct. So either way, again, what I've tried to show you here on this again is that on this Buffalo, on the $50 Buffalo, the United States has a $50 piece, and a $1 piece. It's the Silver Eagle and the $50 Gold Buffalo that are actual, what is considered, could be spent in circulation because they come from a mint. That is a silver coin and not a silver round. A silver round is bullion. I have gold and silver invested in weight, not held tangible. Huh. So,
how heavy is that paper?
4/9 fine is 24 karat gold. Okay. That's why I like the gold Buffalo better than the gold Eagle, because the gold Eagle has a mix of more. Remember, I think they put copper and there's some other to give it that hardened it up so that it wears in your pocket. When you got two coins. Yep. Almost all silver out of the Canadian Mint is 4/9 fine, Lion. That's why I buy Canadian maples. I used to have I had a big chunk of maples too. in this last box, I got a bunch of maples taken from me. It is what it is, man. I would collect maples because people are like, why are you buying those maples? I'm like, because they're 4.9s fine. There's more metal in that coin. Why not? I'm buying more metal for the same money. When it comes down to refining later, that 4.9s is more money, more metal in that coin. So kind of a neat thing if you haven't caught on to this yet. They're still out there. Look through some of these. There's buffaloes that are 4.9s that you'll find at your local coin shop in that tray, that silver tray. They'll pull out and let you look through, pull out and look through those buffaloes because some of them are 4.9s. Lion's got it made. He's up there in Canada. So most of everything what comes out of the Canadian Mint is 4.9s. They're just a higher standard. Canadian Mint rocks. I love the Canadian Mint. And their gold, I love their maples, man. Their gold maple is beautiful. It is flipping gorgeous,
That's what my quarter is.
What's that?
That's what my quarter is.
Yeah, just the way it has the luster, the way they do that matte. It's called a reverse proof is what the Canadian Mint uses. They use what is called a reverse proof, and it's that real shiny. Gives it that really luster that, man, when that's sitting on a 4.9s fine coin, it is absolutely, it's like glass mirror finish. It is just, it's a stunner. And I really don't do the whole shiny. It's just dirt. But, if I had to look at it, now that's what's so unique too about that gold buffalo. It's not shiny. It's actually all matte, and it's a high relief coin that's got a lot of texture to it. And that's why I have a phileo for the gold buffalo. But I don't know why I want a gold buffalo. I mean, I would never, eventually I would just turn it into something else anyways. I don't own metal to try to become wealthy or anything like that. I only own metal to try to pay off land. And that's actually what I'm going to start trying to do. I'm going to try to actually stack my chips and so that I can put it in my piece of land in Ecuador. That's my plan for now. Stop, Tango, you're a whiny butt. You're being a whiny butt. Hi, girl. Hi, Pete girl. She's such a sweetheart. Look, we got Marcy next to us on the couch. Tango, damn, this dog he's like, Dad, it's sunny out there.
Oh, they're Chick fil A.
Today, so might even crack this. 17. Something. We're shopping today. All right, guys. I hope you gleaned something. I got to go. I got to get here. It's so out there. Got chickens and stuff we got to get to. Get out there, get some rice, get seeds. You can't eat gold, you can't eat silver. Make sure you got a water filter. Make sure you've got rice and beans. Again, food. You can't eat a gold bar, you can't eat silver, but it is, it's something. It's a good conversation. So thanks for letting me have that with you. I'll be back, guys, ish later on. Much agape. Hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you stay subscribed to the channel and leave a comment on the video if you'd like. Talk about whatever we talked about in the stream so they can see in the comment section what we talked about. And I'll see you guys again on the next High Desert Faith and Truth Ministries broadcast here in the High Desert, formerly Predestined for Light. Thanks again for your eyeballs and your ears and your tithe of time. All right, much agape and phileo, Pastor Revelation. Welcome to the last book. Welcome to Revelation. I am Pastor Apocalypse. We're living in this days that were spoken about thousands of years ago, brothers and sisters. This is an amazing time to be a witness. And Warren, you'd send the 2 witnesses. Don't let them lie to you. Pastor Apocalypse. Whoa.